Today, we're diving into a popular post from the Reddit titled as, "Tonight's Mega Millions jackpot is $1.1 billion. I've been studying the inner workings of the lottery industry for years. AMA about lottery odds, the lottery business, lottery psychology, or no-lose lotteries." This post received 2013 upvotes. Posted by Trevor, Texas. The post reads as follows. "Hi, I'm Trevor Ford, proof, founding team member at Yotta, a company that pays out cash prizes on savings via lottery-like system, based on a concept called prize-linked savings. I used to be a regular lottery player, buying tickets weekly, sometimes daily. Scratch tickets were my vice. I loved the instant gratification of winning. I heard a Freakonomics podcast, Is America Ready for a No-Lose Lottery? And was immediately shocked that I had never heard of the concept of prize-linked savings accounts despite being popular in countries across the globe. It sounded too good to be true but also very financially responsible. I've been studying lotteries like Powerball, Mega Millions, and scratch-off tickets for the past several years and was so appalled by what I learned I decided to help start a company to crush the lottery and decided using prize-linked savings accounts were the way to do it. I've studied countless datasets and spoken firsthand with people inside the lottery industry, from the marketers who create advertising to the government officials who lobby for its existence, to the convenience store owners who sell lottery tickets, to consumers standing in line buying tickets. There are some wild lottery stats out there. In 2021, Americans spent $105 billion on lottery tickets. That is more than the total spending on music, books, sports teams, movies, and video games, combined. 40% of Americans can't come up with $400 for an emergency while the average household spends over $640 every year on the lottery. And you're more likely to be crushed by a meteorite than win the Powerball jackpot. Ask me anything about lottery odds, lottery psychology, the business of the lottery, how it all works behind the scenes, and why the lottery is so destructive to society." A comment from user Eat More Toad says, "Yotta was fun when bank savings rates were essentially zero. Now that it's fairly easy to earn greater than 3% in a savings account, does Yotta have any plans to increase their payouts?" This comment received 185 upvotes. A reply from the original author Trevor, Texas says, "We won't be the highest yielding product you can find, but we'll be the most fun. Payouts may go up, but they won't be in line with the highest yielding products on the market." This reply received -125 upvotes. A comment from user Excali Girl 2 says, "Is this an ad?" This comment received 1034 upvotes. A reply from the original author Trevor, Texas says, "Number." This reply received -133 upvotes. A comment from user 1 Frosty Slime says, "Why won't Yotta release the odds for their boxes?" This comment received 422 upvotes. A reply from the original author Trevor, Texas says, "You can find all of the outcomes for boxes, sweepstakes results, and winning numbers for the drawings on our website on our transparency page, which I'm sure you've already seen. It lists all of our prize tiers, the expected number of winning tickets, the actual amount of winning tickets, and details for winning numbers and box results. While the odds are not displayed in the app or on our website, the results and outcome information provided on the website is what the team keeps up to date and publishes. Our teams made the move to update and move to this reward system, but I understand it's not for everyone. It also lets us be more nimble in updating rewards and offering promotions in real time." This reply received -182 upvotes. A comment from user Michael PG says, "Why did Yotta go to shit? Why stop being transparent? Why lie about the credit card coming soon for a year? Why replace lucky swipes with boxes and not disclose odds? Why respond to tons of people showing that you monitor this sub, but choose to ignore obvious issues posted and cherry-pick who you respond to?" This comment received 434 upvotes. A reply from the original author Trevor, Texas says, "I'd argue we're more transparent than most banking product providers. In fact, we literally have a page dedicated to it. https://www.withyotta.com/transparency. If you do have any issues, your best bet is to get in contact with our support team. You're going to be way quicker at resolving any issues than in a public forum. This reply received -322 upvotes. A comment from user Tequila Blackout says, "I've got a question. If you think the lottery is destructive to society, why are you running one?" This comment received 237 upvotes. A reply from the original author Trevor, Texas says, "I'm not. We've hijacked the psychology behind the lottery to help make saving money more exciting. Unlike a lottery, you literally cannot lose money in a prize-linked savings account." This reply received -115 upvotes. A comment from user Fawi says, "Why won't you release odds for boxes? Why do you ignore this question? How much of your user base have you lost because of this?" This comment received 102 upvotes. A reply from the original author Trevor, Texas says, "The odds are too complicated to calculate. They depend on interchange rates which vary by transaction." This reply received -64 upvotes. A comment from user Petar says, "The average household spends $640? Maybe because I'm upper middle class, but I don't know anybody who regularly buys tickets, or at least admits, talks about it. What's the average spending in households that spend at least $1 on tickets? Lotto is run by state governments, and I believe a lot of the proceeds go to fund those governments. Isn't this better than gambling corporations making the profit? If we shut down all the lotteries, wouldn't people looking to get rich quick start throwing their money at for-profit gambling businesses instead?" This comment received 112 upvotes. A reply from the original author Trevor, Texas says, "About 50% spend at least $1 once a year on tickets. So of households who play, it's actually around $1,000 per household. Yes, it's better than corporations, but it's not better than not spending the money in the first place." This reply received 15 upvotes. A comment from user Raleator says, "What are the actual odds of winning various lotteries?" This comment received 114 upvotes. A reply from the original author Trevor, Texas says, "The state lotteries generally pay you out less than 50 cents on every dollar that you put in. The odds are terrible. The worst EV of all the gambles you can do pretty much." This reply received 65 upvotes. A comment from user Possum's Rule Am I Right says, "Do you really think these prize savings accounts will crush the lottery?" This comment received 53 upvotes. A reply from the original author Trevor, Texas says, "I hope so. Maybe not in the short term, but in the long term with the right education and awareness there is a chance." This reply received -27 upvotes. A comment from user Daddy's Little Harem says, "This clown again? Instead of that lottery, come play our lottery where you won't win anything, but if you do it will suck." This comment received 55 upvotes. A reply from the original author Trevor, Texas says, "I personally haven't done an AMA before. My colleagues may have, but I haven't. That said, I have considered clown school at least twice before in my life." This reply received -25 upvotes. A comment from user Know How I Know You're Gay says, "Can you check my logic on this? Odds to win Mega Millions is 1 to 302 m. Cost of a Mega Millions ticket is $2. Doesn't that mean that it actually makes sense for us to buy tickets as long as the payout is over $604 million? Mind you, this logic doesn't even include the likelihood of a lower payout. If you incorporate the odds to get a lower payout, I imagine that the actual grand prize number to make it worthwhile to buy a ticket is even lower." Thoughts? This comment received 47 upvotes. A comment from user Malfos101 says, "This is your daily reminder that state-sponsored lotteries are nothing more than regressive taxation with shiny bells and whistles. Not to mention some states simply reduce their education taxes on businesses and the wealthy to match the increased income from lotteries. You know what would fund state education budgets even better than ripping off mathematically illiterate desperate people? Making corporations and billionaires pay their fair share. The American people are losing hundreds of billions of dollars a year in taxation by letting billionaires escape their fair share. Stop voting for people who say things like, taxation is theft. The corporations and oligarchs are hoarding wealth, which is causing inflation and depressing wages and social benefits. This comment received 30 upvotes.